Welcome back to Unwrapped. I'm Mark Summers, heating things up with hot oil as we explore America's obsession with fried foods. It is no surprise one of the restaurants that always comes up when you're talking about deep fried comfort foods is Kentucky Fried Chicken. But do not ask for their recipe because it's under lock and key. Really, watch. When it comes to crispy chicken, no one cooks it up quite like Kentucky Fried Chicken.
We have wings, we have strips, we have our snacker sandwiches, and of course our chicken on the bone, obviously our original recipe chicken.
Believe it or not, this famous face isn't just an ad campaign. Colonel Harlan Sanders was real. And you'll never guess where he got his start.
They actually had a Sanders Court and Cafe down in Corbin, Kentucky. And basically it was part of a gasoline station.
After 10 years of experimenting, he created the most famous fried chicken recipe in America.
The Colonel took his chicken very personally. He had spent a lot of time not only developing the flavor, but the color, the texture, and it was his idea, it was his baby, if you will.
Then he hit the road to introduce his soon-to-be famous chicken to restaurant owners.
He put the recipe, a couple of pots, a bag of seasoning in the back of his car and just drove around and talked to restaurant owners. He was charging a nickel a chicken was his royalty rate.
Today it does cost more than a nickel, but the Colonel's original recipe is still their #1 seller.
It's what people crave, and they come to our restaurants. They can only get it at KFC.
Get this, the Colonel's original handwritten recipe is so secret, it's actually locked in a vault, along with vials containing samples of all 11 herbs and spices. But much more than that goes into making this chicken. They start with flour, dry milk, powdered eggs, and salt.
And finally, we're going to add the Colonel's secret 11 herbs and spices to our mix.
It's such a big secret that not even the people making the mix know what's in it.
Half of them were made in one place, half of them were put together in another place, the two were shipped somewhere, and a third party mixed them. You're not going to get that recipe.
Next, it's time to get down and dirty, mixing all the ingredients by hand.
This is a process that involves lifting and folding it 20 times.
Then a mechanical mixer takes care of the rest.
This is actually incorporating all the ingredients together. It also sifts out the clumps of flour.
Then the secret blend goes back into the bin.
Okay, now we're ready to bread our chicken. This is a standard 8-piece cut of chicken. It has breast, thighs, wings, and legs.
It gets a quick dunk in water and a shake.
We shake it 7 times.
After years of trial and error, KFC has created very specific techniques.
And it goes into our flour.
It's all about the magic number 7.
We'll lift and fold it for 7 times. We're going to shake off the excess with our rocker basket.
And they shake it, you guessed it, 7 times.
Now our chicken is ready to be placed on our racks to be fried.
They even fry it up the same way the Colonel did back in 1940.
Colonel Sanders perfected the original recipe chicken by pressure frying his chicken. So today we still use those same standards.
That's right, it's cooked in a pressure fryer. The pressure seals all the juices inside, and just like the mystery spices, the temperature and cook time are top secret.
And here's our famous Colonel's original recipe chicken.
Today, people all over the world enjoy the Colonel's famous chicken.
It's also in 80 countries around the world. So if you're in another country, you'll still taste that same great flavor that you would at home.
The recipe has been the same for over 60 years, and there's no plan to change anytime soon.
Why mess with perfection?